Howdy, howdy. Jackson here with Ictric Studios, and welcome back to another episode of Outside the Hash. It's going to be a fairly quick episode again, as I'm the only one here, and there was no alternative football that we cover that played this weekend, but I figured I might as well talk about uh, the blowouts that were the first round of the college football playoffs, and a little bit of news. Nothing major though. Um, one of the AF1 team that did not have a name yet, Wilkes-Barre Scranton, um, in Pennsylvania. They announced their name. They are the Mavericks. So here is their logo and such. I think I would have preferred a name that's not used in a no, another professional league already. But beggars can't be choosers. But it's a decent name. Uh, the coloration red, white, and blue. Uh, you know, just interested to just good to have all the teams have names now. Because getting a little close and they didn't have one yet. So the AF1 also announced that they signed a TV deal with Vice TV to have some of their games broadcast. So uh, that's good. Being on TV is always good. I'm not sure. It's not good for me because I don't know if I'm able to find a stream of Vice TV, to be honest. But being on TV is good for branding, I guess. There was also a trade in the CFL today where Jake Meyer was traded to Saskatchewan for a conditional pick. So he was a starter this last year. They did pick up Vernon Adams. I think they picked up PJ Walker, and they have Matthew Schultz on the roster in Calgary. So one of those three will be the starter. My guess is probably Vernon Adams. Uh, but PJ Walker started the NFL. He was really good in 2020 XFL. But it might take him more than an off season. Well, I think he's been there a little bit longer, but it might take him a little bit longer to adjust to the Canadian game, especially after being in the American game for so long, especially against a veteran like Vernon Adams. So it should be a competitive training camp competition to watch out for, though. As for Saskatchewan, it's probably going to end up being Jake Mayer then, right? Because what they have like Shea Patterson on the roster, but he hasn't really meant much. Uh, there was also this bit of news that the announcement of an announcement that the IFL is going to have a big announcement in July or February. So that will be interesting. I mean, I already feel that they're already the premier indoor league, despite the fact that there are people who think it's the AF1 for some reason. But we will. I'm interested to see what their news is. Anyways, let's look into the college football playoff games, which were pretty much all blowouts. The closest game score wise here in Indiana Notre Dame uh, wasn't really close because Indiana scored some garbage time touchdowns, as you can see by the win probability here. Yeah, the two touchdowns in the last 90 seconds. Uh, Curtis Wark will be interesting because I should note that he's a Canadian national, so he's also always a possibility of ending up in Canada. His brother plays for BC, Nathan. So yeah. uh, his one interception was a bad pick too, because that was in the red zone, and then Notre Dame had that 98-yard touchdown run right after. So, good for Notre Dame to get a good bowl win, because it's been a while since they've had a high level bowl win. I guess the playoffs. I don't know if this is fit as a bowl game or not. I would. It's during bowl season, but so congratulations Notre Dame, Indiana. Great season for them. Beat a lot of expectations. Tough way for it to end, but you know. Anyway, so next up you had SMU versus Penn State, and this was just a beatdown as well. Here's the win probability. Jennings kept throwing picks to start that game. Penn State just rolled. So at 20-0 at halftime. So they even got a field goal and they scored a touchdown midway through the fourth. Drew Waller, you know, competent game. He didn't really have to do much. They just ran all over him. So yeah. All right. Next game, the one somewhat competitive game, even though it really wasn't. Texas Clemson. I think this is a rematch, quarterback wise, the rematch of like a a state championship game. I'm pretty sure, but yeah, because I think I saw something on Max Prep talking about it. So yeah, Quinn Ewers played a decent, just everything he needed to do. Cade Klubnik, uh, he had a pretty good game for stat wise of what he could do, but Texas was just the better team. So yeah. And then your last game, you round out what everybody thought was going to be the best game of the play first round. Was Ohio State just murdering Tennessee. So there, yeah. It was so Ohio State was able to bounce back from their loss to Michigan, which I'm sure it probably stung, but this probably eased the pain a little bit. They'll go on obviously to play Oregon in a rematch, which should be actually a good game for realsies this time, because their matchup in the regular season was very good, and I don't think Will Howard's going to slide with 0 seconds left this time. So we can look at here, see what the bowls are. So uh, 1 through 8 made the second round, so we can just pretend like the first round never happened, and then we're just in an 8-team playoff at this point, basically. Uh, so yeah, rematch in the Rose Bowl in I guess technically a historic Rose Bowl, despite the fact they're both Big Ten now, but it's Pac-12 Big Ten game, so a real Rose Bowl. Beach Bowl, you got Arizona State, Texas, Penn State, Boise State in the Fiesta Bowl, and then Notre Dame, Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. I remember seeing a thing on Twitter of Boise State and Penn State have both never lost the Fiesta Bowl, and they played both teams have played 3 or more. So somebody's gonna lose. So that will be an interesting thing. Uh, yeah. Also, one thing to show is that I was able to get in contact with Nate this week, so we were able to get his bracket. So he's got Oregon beating Ohio State, because everybody got the first round right. He's got Oregon beating Ohio State, Texas beating Arizona State, Georgia beating Notre Dame, and then Penn State beating Georgia. And then he has Texas beating Oregon, and Georgia beating Penn State, and Georgia winning there. So those are his picks. So he's thinking he's the opposite of Kyle. He got the SEC championship game, and Kyle has the Big Ten championship game. So yeah. Uh, anyways, like I said, not really that much to talk about. Next week, I think Nate will be back. I don't think we will have Kyle. We will only have we'll have more college football, I guess, to talk about. But no X League yet because their game is not until the third, which is a Friday for them. I'm not sure what the time difference is off the top of my head, but we'll have that in 2 weeks then to talk about. So, anyways, thank you for watching. Sorry that there not really that much to talk about, and it's just basically me rambling to myself. But I will see you all next week, probably actually on Tuesday then. And I wish everybody a Merry Christmas and see you then.